So today we're delving into a topic really important for our Nigerian viewers, and that's the process to immigrate to the United States. Recent updates have brought about significant changes, so it's open a lot of different options. So let's get right into it. Before we dive into the details, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as mark the notification bell so you won't miss any of our valuable updates. Let's jump right in. So is the US issuing visas to Nigerians? There were some backlogs in Lagos as well as in the embassy of Abuja. Nigerians are eligible for all different types of visas, whether it's a student visa, L1 transferring yourself from your foreign entity, O1 for artists and tech talent, and then you also have EB2 NIW and EB5 visas for investors, entrepreneurs, technologists, and the EB1C for multinational managers and executives. So let's dive into some of the categories that Nigerians are applying for in 2023 and looking to apply for in 2024. So in the United States, Nigerians are one of the most educated immigrant groups with a really high percentage of master's degrees and PhD diplomas. So Nigerians pursuing education in the United States have an option where you can get a degree and at the same time start working. So there's a few schools where they allow for day one CPT, curricular practical training, where from day one of the program, when you get the F1 visa from the consulate, enter the United States, you can start working at a business. You have to go through the registration process, work with the school to authorize it. But we have technologists from Nigeria that are able to get a master's in computer science and start working from day one. And then the next year they can work part-time. And then for 3 years, they have optional practical training. So essentially you can get a student visa and work for a period of 5 years, getting valuable training in the United States. Moving to number 2, many Nigerians are applying for the EB2 national interest waiver. Nigerians are in the top 10 at the EB2 NIW. We estimate over 1,000 Nigerians will be approved in 2023 for the EB2 NIW. If you have an advanced degree and a proposed endeavor, so say if you're an engineer in Nigeria, if you're a computer scientist in Nigeria, if you're an entrepreneur with 50 employees and you have a proposed endeavor that you're in the national interest to the United States, whether it's through the industry, potentially job creation, taxes that you're going to be paying, all different types of ways to demonstrate the national interest waiver, you can apply for the EB2 NIW and get a green card in about 18 to 24 months. So for those entrepreneurs, all different types of ways that we can help you, whether it's setting up the LLC, getting the tax ID, opening up the business bank account, working on the business plan, all different ways that we can help Nigerian entrepreneurs as well as technologists on what their proposed endeavor is going to be. And moving on to the next category is the EB5 investor visa. So this is an investor visa where you invest $800,000 or more in a business, create 10 US jobs, and you're able to get a green card for you and your family. So if you're already legally in the United States, you can adjust status and go right to the green card category as long as it takes the process, which is taking a couple years right now for those that are investing in their own business through an EB5 direct investment, or you can look to apply at the consulate in Abuja or Lagos, but that's going to take some time to get this EB5 green card category. But essentially 10 US jobs, invest $800,000 in particular areas, as well as $1,050,000. It's pretty expensive, so it's usually plan C, D, even for those that have the money, because some of the other options that we've talked about today and others are more economical and you're able to meet your immigration objectives faster. A very popular option for Nigerian entrepreneurs that have 10, 20, 100 employees is transferring themselves as the executive to the US company. So this can be in any industry. Our first L1 client had gas stations in Brazil and invested in a frozen dessert franchise here in Florida and transferred himself as the executive to run the US operations of that family holding. So the L1 visa, generally in the Nigerian company, you need to be the manager of managers and executive, at least 8, 10 employees generally. It should be making money. You should be proving that you're able to pay yourself in the United States when you move until the business really gets off the ground. Then moving on to the L1, you have the EB1C, which is a green card. You could apply directly if you're acquiring an existing business business that's already been up and operating for a year, it's making good money, and you can prove that it has a nice infrastructure to justify having you come over as the executive. But most people will come first on the L1 visa. At USCIS, you might get approved in 15 days if you pay the premium processing fee, and then consular processing a couple months. So it depends on your time frame for moving here, but the L1 visa is definitely going to be faster, and the EB1C is a natural transition to getting the green card. And if you don't have a visa to the United States, a good place to start is the B1, B2. So if you're coming here for temporary work, maybe a conference, you're visiting some prospective clients, or you're just coming for pleasure, maybe bringing your family, it's an essential visa to start with. I prefer our clients already have the B1, B2, because then if they're doing more the professional investment route, the US consulate generally has already vetted you as a person, and they're more just focused on the business and what you're going to be doing in the United States, which makes it easier to kind of isolate and have us all super focused on your business success. So there you have it. There's other visas like the O1 visa, there's the EB1A. We have them all listed on our website, visafranchise.com. And you can also check out from the official government website, USCIS, for the latest information on visas that are open to Nigerian nationals as well as nationals across the world.